Hey there, Katie Pie, Piewacky Press, and I spy who's using my garden. I'm here today with who's using my garden, which are dozens of painted lady butterflies. I have not seen this many ever in my garden, nor this early that I can remember. And this is part of a migration that is happening that starts in the Mojave Desert and ends up in the Pacific Northwest. This year, with all the rains, and probably last year, with favorable conditions for their youngsters to mature, there are more than ever, as most of you probably know from reports from Southern California. So there are several different species of what we call painted ladies. There is the painted lady. There is the West Coast lady that is slightly different. There's an American lady, and the red admiral is also part of the genus. They're all part of the genus Vanessa. And they're not as well studied or enjoyed as monarchs, but they are very interesting nonetheless. So you can see two of them there. There is a website that is taking information about these migration of these butterflies, and you can contribute to it. It is the URL for it is Vanessa, VANESSA .ENT, like in entomology, .iastate, that's Iowa State University, .edu. And if you go to that site, you'll see some pictures of the butterflies I just mentioned, and some info on how you can also contribute. So mine are using rosemary, as you can see. Sorry, it's a little far away. Every time I try and get closer, they take off. But anyhow, I did today put in a puddling dish. I'll walk over. That is filled with fine sand, some water, and some salt. Minerals, especially for the males to use, that they need to for their sperm production. So they don't have to have this. They can get it off the ground. They get it out of manure, that kind of thing. So here's what I did in the bird bath. I just took a dish and clay pot and added, like I said, some sand, some water, and sprinkled in some salt. Put in some aging fruit and a few flowers, and we'll see if they decide to find it. It's right near where they're feeding anyway. So this is what I call tea tree, but it's New Zealand tea, but it's in bush form. I do have it small ground form. I do have it in bush form too, and they are using that across the driveway here. And the bees love it too. Now, these are not native plants. I advocate using natives whenever possible, but these rosemary and tea are early bloomers and very helpful, have been very helpful to primarily bees. The bees I'm seeing are bumblebees. They are bombus is the genus. Vosnesenskii or Vosnesenskii are the, here's one, there's a painted lady on, see if I can get it, on one of the, there she is, or he, on the New Zealand tea. The yellow-faced bumblebee is what I'm seeing the most of these days. The other species that I would expect to see out this time of year are not out yet, but we'll keep watching. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope these butterflies are showing up in your yards. They are adding to their normal migration route into the Central Valley and are also using the coast much more this spring. So anyway, signing out for now. Bye.